What's up, folks? Welcome back. This is Ragnarok with episode 77 of my Mortal Empires High Elves campaign on Legendary difficulty. Alright, so last time we won the Battle of the Awakening down here. Let's just level up our heroes, or our lords rather. Let's go for Quartermaster. Keep getting those costs down. Give us a little bit of cash.
Their skill is legend.
How do we want to upgrade you? I think we'll go with Blade Master. Seems fine. All right, so Tyrion, we'll leave him in here getting replenishment. This army is going to take a little bit of attrition, unfortunately. It shouldn't be too bad. We're not in any real threat here. Might want to. I was thinking we could move into position to retake this after they take it, but
Shield of Alaria.
I don't think we'll do that. We'll wait and send one army up that way, and probably send one army down this way to deal with this. So we don't need this here, not really. I think these two armies will be fine. And if we need to recruit some archers or something, we can just build the barracks wherever they're needed, basically. I'm gonna repair this, but this one I'll let repair on its own, just because I think if we repair this, it'll give us provides the garrison, the full garrison, which may be useful. These two armies shouldn't be any threat to us. This army is a little bit of a threat, but should be able to take it out without too much trouble. Over here, Skaven. Gotta get rid of these guys. Gotten behind our lines. May use this army to do that. We'll have to wait and see where they land first. I was sending this army to sort out the rebellion, but our allies have heeded our war command, or our war coordination target, moved on them, which means we can sally out and hit them here. So I think I'm just going to auto-resolve this, just because I think we'll have better opportunities for battles later on in the episode, or at least I hope so anyway. So I'm going to auto-resolve this. So I'm hoping I've updated my graphics drivers. The new update just came out the other day, so I'm hoping that I've also tweaked the settings in OBS a little bit more, so I'm hoping that I've finally gotten rid of that that weird flickering that's been happening. So I'll just keep an eye on that. I would do a little bit more testing, however this episode has to be aired later on tonight, so just get this one recorded and I'll check it out and double check if we're getting the flickering. But I think I did a couple of just impromptu tests, and it seemed as though seemed like it was working fine. So yeah, fingers crossed that we're still good. Alright, we'll loot and occupy. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna repair this, and I'll repair this one as well. Fuck it. So it'll take us a little while to rebuild there. Over here at Port Elliser, we're also rebuilding, so it'll take a little bit of time. Just got to catch up to this army and get rid of this army, and then our lands will be completely purged, and we can consider sending armies north to deal with the Dark Elves. So I'm gonna leave this Lord Master here to help with public order for now. 4 turns before this happens, so we should actually stave off the rebellion. I think we should be okay for the rebellion there. Over here at Tor Anlek, we've got a while before there's gonna be any rebellion, so probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get another Lord Master. We'll just wait till we get a little bit more influence. So that means that this army Oh, this army's already been moved, I guess. Okay, so we'll just leave you there for now, I guess. Seeing as we have to. And wait and see where these Skaven go. And we've got another Skaven army down here, so yeah, it looks like the Skaven are gonna do the exact same thing that the vampires have been doing and just keep sending army after army up here, which means we've got to get over here also to root them out. But overall, I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. Vampires are here, and I believe that's them down here as well. Yeah, so just going to finish them off. This whole island looks like it's Skaven infested, so not sure how we'll go about, because moving through this territory is going to be really slow going. Potentially some lore masters or something might be down here, might help down here to remove some of the corruption, but I think we'll suffer attrition anyway. I'm not sure how all that works. Anyway, we've got to get that army under control, or that continent under control. You can stay put. Commandment available. It's the public order. Public order will be fine. Yeah, conquest is the only thing that's causing it. So let's go with. We won't need the. Shouldn't need the growth. I think tribute to the Phoenix King is the best one. I'm not gonna build this up because they're almost certainly going to attack there and take that settlement. Hero not moved. Yeah, he can stay there. That's fine. Need to help with the public order there. Imminent rebellion. Where have we got imminent rebellion? Oh, okay. Fuck. Well, it's not a big deal. Can deal with whatever is down here, whatever pops up. Alright, let's end the turn, read a little bit of Tolkien, and see what happens here. So, alright, now, Tyrion drama. Those plays which, according to abundant records, the elves have often presented to men, can produce fantasy with a realism and immediacy beyond the compass of any human mechanism. As a result, their usual effect upon a man is to go beyond secondary belief. If you are present at a Tyrion drama, you yourself, or think that you are, bodily inside its secondary world. The experience may be very similar to dreaming, and has, it would seem, sometimes, by men, been confounded with it. But in Tyrion drama you are in a dream that some other mind is weaving, and the knowledge of that alarming fact may slip from your grasp. To experience directly a secondary world, potion is too strong, and you give to it primary belief, however marvelous the events. You are deluded. Whether that is the intention of the elves, always or at any time, is another question. They, at any rate, are not themselves deluded. This is for them a form of art, and distinct from wizardry or magic, properly so called. They do not live in it, though they can, perhaps, afford to spend more time as it than human artists can. The primary world reality of elves and men is the same, if differently valued and perceived. Right, so I think when Tolkien, is writing his fantasies, that's sort of like his goal is to create a Tyrion drama, a secondary world that you yourself feel like you've entered into. I'm not sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, I think that's what his goal is. These dark elves, man, they're just never gonna let up until we get rid of them completely. So, right, so let's get back in this. So, we need a word for this elvish craft, but all the words that have been applied to it have been blurred and confused with other things. Magic is ready to hand, and I have used it above, but I should not have done so. Magic should be reserved for the operations of the magician. Art is the human process that produces, by the way, it is not its only or ultimate object, secondary belief. Art of the same sort, if more skilled and effortless, the elves can also use, or so the reports seem to show. But the more potent and specially elvish craft I will, for lack of a less debatable word, call enchantment. Enchantment produces a secondary world into which both designer and spectator can enter, to the satisfaction of their senses while they are inside. But in its purity, it is artistic in desire and purpose. Magic produces, or pretends to produce, an alteration in the primary world. It does not matter by whom it is said to be practiced, fey or mortal. It remains distinct from the other two. It is not an art, but a technique. Its desire is power in this world, domination of things and wills. Right, so I probably should pay attention a little bit to what these armies are doing here. Gotta get rid of these Skaven. See what happens here. Yeah, it's interesting. He's sort of Tolkien there, making a fundamental difference between enchantment and magic. Enchantment, creating the secondary belief, the secondary world, where
I sense what you have to say will not please me.
Where magic is about changing something within this world. Ooh, this is kind of tempting to take. Because they won't attack us here, but at the same time we kind of need to just get rid of them, so I'm gonna decline it. I would prefer to avoid them attacking us over here, but maybe they're not gonna do it anyway. Maybe they have to land first. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that magic is not an art, it's a technique and concerned with power and domination within this world. Some very fascinating ideas and concepts there. Alright, got a little rebellion here. So, these guys have landed. We were to force march. Could get there, yeah.
Standing by.
Test me at your
peril. Yeah. Another full stack down here.
I am
the
no
guy.
lackey.
Alright, so
The Asher are riotous.
what I'm thinking is to come back around this way with one of the armies.
Can I offer assistance?
But which one? That's the question. Probably Tyrion. And we'll let this army.
The Reaper.
Princess of the Asher.
Your aid.
Do want to get rid of these guys.
Can I offer assistance?
Don't think Tyrion will be helping if we attack them. But I mean, we don't really need him to help out.
Stand against the darkness.
Just wondering if it's safe to auto-resolve this.
For Asturion.
Should be fine. Yeah, it took a little bit of damage.
They may go.
I'm gonna take the replenishment
The winds
for this army, just because they need it. So what we'll do is take Tyrion
Shield
out
against the
here.
darkness.
taking up residence.
Alright, so lots of replenishment now this turn, and they'll be safe in here for now. We can start moving our way down this way in a little while. Just sort out this army first, bring Tyrion back to take care of them. What we want to do here, I guess we'll get the cash and also the growth going for now. Walls are a little bit of a priority, also the public order building, but should be fine for a little while. Alright, so Tyrion. Actually, we want to kind of grab this on the way.
Anchors away.
Might as well, it's right there. Word of the Vampire Admiral. The skull-shaped lair lying ominously on the horizon could only be the hidden hoard of Count Noctilus, the legendary vampire admiral who is the scourge of the seas in this great vessel. Oh, fuck did it go? Where did the thing go? What the hell? Well. Alright, there it is. Ooh. Oh, dragon armor. Treasury plus 10,000. There's an acknowledged treasure hidden upon the great ocean and guarded by the zombie crewmates damned to protect them for all eternity. And tell your fleet. Oh, bonus versus large plus 14 enemy. Oh, cool. Alright, so
What orders?
to put you on the forced march now
Speed is essential.
and get you
A
into
fine anchorage.
Fox March. Alright, so that way, traveling by sea, we don't take any attrition there. So we need to get this army back, especially this unit. We need to get him back to full strength. Right. So what do we want to do here? Replenish troops, definitely. What do we want to do with you? Tempest, Soul Quench, Hand of Glory. I don't like that too much. I think we'll go with Tempest. I need to learn how to use the magic properly and start getting better with the magic users. Alright, so should be in good shape down here. A little while anyway. Let's send Tara down to gather some more influence up.
Smash it to ruins.
Oh, I guess he couldn't quite reach. Is that what happened?
There will be carnage.
Yeah. Alright, fine. Wait, reach. Yeah, so we should be in position to continue striking against them soon. Start moving this army slowly down and have Tyrion come back and catch up, but Tyrion will have to deal with these fools first. Tyrion's army should be, I mean, it's not ideal taking on an army like this, but he should be able to take them on without too much trouble. Right, so the Skaven have landed. This army is raiding. See if we can catch up to them. Not quite, they're gonna run off most likely, yeah. Yeah, so we'll have to hopefully catch up to them next turn. I don't think they'll be able to get past us there. Alright, so this army, you're gonna have to turn around, double back to deal with these Skaven fools. So we've got another Skaven army over here. I think we should be safe. Let's get this built up. Should have defenses out here, and they're in our allies' territory as well, so might as well build this up. But decent amount of cash right now, so
Your instructions.
right. I think I am gonna put this army on the force march and put them in the White Tower,
Lady of the Phoenix Court.
and we can potentially hit these guys next turn. Looks like Fort Alistair may be fucked. Probably should cancel these just to save the cash. What is the garrison like here?
Lilith blesses us.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to stop this. They're almost certainly going to attack it. Alright, I'm going to cancel these construction just to save that cash. There's no point in wasting it. Alright, so is there anywhere else we can build? Phoenix Gate, Safari. Definitely build here. And we'll definitely build. Where is this? Okay, yeah. Right, yeah, we'll definitely build here. Phoenix Gate. Might as well build some of this stuff up. Ooh, son of a bitch, 12,000 it costs to build that. I think I'm gonna go with this, because we'll probably hero capacity, hero or lore masters +4. Yeah, because we'll probably be recruiting some more lore masters. not too long from now, so we'll just get that built up. Let's go with that too. That's most of our cash, I think. Right. I don't think we need any of this stuff. 6 more turns. We might hit this right. Just so we can move quicker down there in the jungle. Would be very helpful to keep this, to lock this territory down. Only lasts for 10 turns though, which is kind of shite. Alright, so we gotta get this army, we gotta hunt them down. We're gonna have to hunt that army down. And then, got another Dark Elf invasion on the horizon. But, we're finally moving down here, so which is good. Hero not moved. Which hero? This guy, yeah. He's here to help the public order. Once this building is finished, shouldn't have any issues with public order at all. Alright, let's hit the end turn. And we'll read a little bit more Tolkien and see if we can get a battle. Hopefully take on that Skaven army, perhaps. And that'll be the battle for today's episode. Alright, so to the elvish craft, enchantment, fantasy aspires, and when it is successful, of all forms of human art most nearly approaches. At the heart of many man-made stories of the elves lies, open or concealed, pure or alloyed, the desire for a living, realized sub-creative art, which, however much it may outwardly resemble, is inwardly wholly different from the greed for self-centered power which is the mark of the mere magician. Of this desire the elves, in their better but still perilous part, are largely made, and it is from them that we may learn what is the central desire and aspiration of human fantasy, even if the elves are, all the more, in so far as they are, only a product of fantasy itself. That creative desire is only cheated by counterfeits, whether the innocent but clumsy devices of the human dramatist or of the malevolent frauds of the magicians. In this world, it is for men unsatisfiable, and so imperishable, uncorrupted. It does not seek delusion nor bewitchment and domination. It seeks shared enrichment, partners in making and delight, not slaves. To many, fantasy, this sub-creative art which plays strange tricks with the world and all that is in it, combining nouns and redistributing adjectives, has seemed suspect, if not illegitimate. To some it has seemed at least a childish folly, a thing only for peoples or for persons in their youth. As for its legitimacy, I will say no more. To quote a brief passage from a letter I once wrote to a man who described myth and fairy story as lies, though to do him justice, he was kind enough and confused enough to call fairy story making breathing a lie through silver. Dear sir, I said, although now long estranged, man is not wholly lost nor wholly changed. Disgraced he may be, yet is not dethroned, and keeps the rags of lordship once he owned. Man, sub-creator, the refracted light, through whom is splintered from a single white to many hues, and endlessly combined in living shapes and moved from mind to mind, though all the crannies of the world we filled with elves and goblins. Though we dared to build gods and their houses out of dark and light, and sowed the seeds of dragons, 'twas our right, used or misused. That right has not decayed. We make still by the law in which we're made. Alright, we'll just auto-resolve this. Hopefully they occupy it so that we can actually catch them and get rid of them next turn. Didn't occupy, but they're still within range. We should be able to catch that army. Fantasy is a natural human activity. It certainly does not destroy or even insult reason, and it does not either blunt the appetite for nor obscure the perception of scientific verity. On the contrary, the keener and the clearer is the reason, the better fantasy will it make. If men were ever in a state in which they did not want or know or could not perceive truth, facts, or evidence, then fantasy would languish until they were cursed. If they ever get into that state, it would not seem at all impossible. Fantasy will perish and become morbid delusion. Right, so we're almost through this section. There's just a couple more paragraphs. Just want to speed this up because we're starting to run short on time. And we'll finish this section off next episode, I think. But hopefully we can get a decent battle in here with the Skaven. Get rid of that army. Yeah, these end turns are starting to get a little bit long. I have to start speeding them all up. Make sure that we're going through them a little bit quicker, and maybe not cover as much Tolkien, but I mean, you know, we're going through it. We're going through it relatively quick. I mean, I think we're more than halfway through the Tolkien, and then I have some other material that I want to sort of cover if we have time during this campaign. So, all right, so our friends, the Dark Elves, have arrived once again.
We are ill at ease.
No.
What a pain in the ass these assholes have been. I mean, there's no, like, they have no inkling towards self-preservation. Like, our allies, while their armies are down here stomping around, our allies have been able to move against their territory, so. Fucking hell. This guy should be able to reach him. Where's the other army? Alright, he's right there. Not gonna hurt anybody there for now. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can catch these Skaven here. Ah, fuck me. It's out of range. Gotta be fucking kidding me. That's annoying. It's really annoying.
Defender of the Phoenix throne.
These guys are fucking out of range. Actually, we did catch these guys. I am gonna auto-resolve this. I don't think it's worth fighting. I think we should be able to get a decent battle in down in the south. We'll take the treasury. And
The people arrested. Defender of the Phoenix throne.
just thinking if we should move,
Knowledge awaits.
get this army on the force march. I don't know. I'll think about that next time, whether we should force march them and get them a little bit closer. But let's see if there's a fight we can get down here.
Never.
Well, I was not expecting them to move there, but
As you command. Protector of the Everqueen. To victory.
Tyrion can't reach them, but this guy can. Alright. Alright, I know this is a little bit lopsided, but this is our last real opportunity for battle this episode, so just do it up, try and keep this guy out of the fighting. And we will control army. See if we can smash these guys relatively quickly.
The Kadai watch over us.
And yeah, figure out what we're gonna get done next episode. So but yeah, it's good to be finally taking some territory away from these guys, because it won't be long before they no longer exist. And hopefully we'll be in a position we can do that to the Dark Elves as well, and the Skaven, who are starting to be a little bit of annoyance. Battle of the Awakening Part 2, I guess. Huh. Alright, any day now. Let's get this fucker loaded up. Yeah, I think in the next couple months, in the next month or two, I'm saving up for a new processor for my system. The graphics card is one of the 1080s. I wish it was one of the 1080 Ti's, but I wish I would have paid a little bit extra. But 1080 Founders Edition, which has run really well. However, I'm using one of the Ryzen's, and it's one of the Ryzen 5s, which mainly picked up because I mean, I should have gotten one of the Ryzen 7s if I was going to go with one of the Ryzen models, but it was just a little bit out of my budget, and the one that I picked up, I won't be too upset about replacing it because I didn't spend a fortune on it. So, alright, let's line you guys up here, and then, yeah, the archer's in behind. Alright, and where Tyrion's coming in from down there. Alright, cool. I'm probably just going to reposition here a little bit. Let's actually group these up. Oops. Guys, stand there for now. That's 4. And then, you... I guess, yeah, just stand here and protect the bolt throwers. Hopefully we can keep you out of the fight. Let's just start deployment. Gamble. So, alright. Guys, shit. Let's line up like so. Guys, line up in behind. Guys can help protect the flank here. Let's get these guys moving.
Onwards to victory. Heir of Anarion. Silver helms.
Alright, shouldn't have too much trouble here. Though it looks like they want to flank with the Black Knights. So let's just stretch out a little bit. Guys, stretch out a little bit. So, how do you guys come over here and support? Just actually no, stay here, just in case these bats end up behind us. Guys, keep moving. We've got some enemies down here. Do we?
Victory awaits.
Gonna help them out. Guys, deal with them. I got a little bit of action down here in the forest. Shouldn't be any trouble for our silver helms to deal with. Yeah, fucking big surprise. God, get over here. I shouldn't have let them get in behind there. Should be okay here. Guys, shoot at the Black Knights. How are we doing down here in the forest?
Swiftly. Forward. The Reaper. Doing my duty.
Alright. I hate fighting in the trees. Fucking can't see what's going on, but yeah, we've got these guys so heavily outnumbered that should not have any issues at all here with this battle. This guy, skeleton spearman. Don't know what they want to do. Start folding in on them. You can get over there and help. Sorry, you can get over there and help them out. Get, come down here and vote.
Princess of Altward. For a Sorian.
Noble Lord.
There's my mage. swear there's a mage over here. There. Well, let's try this out. I don't know how to use it. Are you guys fucking watch where you're shooting, please? Shoot into that. How are we doing down here? Oh, I'll go over here. Guys finished with these guys? Alright, keep smashing through there. Bring this over here. Alright, I don't think this is gonna last too much longer. These guys should be just about finished off. The enemy lord is going down pretty quick. And so Phoenix Guard. These skeletons, they did not even get to our troops before they crumbled. Alright, good. That's it. A bunch of dead vampires. Does that even make sense? I don't know. Alright, so fingers crossed that I didn't have any flickering on the screen here with all this, with the panels on the side and everything. So, I don't know. I'll have to double check that, but I don't know. As far as my tests went earlier today, seemed to be running fine, so I don't know. Alright, so another Vampire Coast army down. I think we've significantly weakened them, and now that we're in their territory, won't be long before before we get rid of them completely. So.
A triumph for Ulfon.
Right, so this guy's took a little bit of damage. Although this guy was already damaged, so just this guy and well, the archers took some damage. I'm gonna go with replenishment because we're down here in the jungle. I don't want to suffer too much attrition anyway. Alright, cool. So I think I'm going to end it there, guys. We'll figure out where we want to send these armies next time, where we want to get them on the move, and continue hunting down the Skaven army, and we'll have this army come up here and deal with these this Dark Elf invasion. So we'll have to slowly, be careful because these Dark Elf armies are a little bit higher caliber than the undead are, and we're outnumbered, so just want to be careful. We don't want to lose another army and have to rebuild again. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Episode number 78, I think, is up next. I'll see you guys then. This is Ragnarok saying goodbye for now.